gracious. Hello. Hello, everyone. I don't know what just happened. I don't have any idea what happened. Trying to, let me just adjust these lights. Oh my goodness, that's got to be too much. I'm sorry. I know I should be editing this out too so that I can. I'm sorry, I'm going to turn this light on again. I will edit this out. All right. Hello, Miss Karen. Oh my gosh. So I set it up, and I kind of let everybody know, hey, I'm going to be going live at 7:30. And then I couldn't find it. Hello, Miss Murray and Miss Karen. Yeah, then I couldn't find where I had my live saved. But anyway, welcome everyone. I'm asking everybody to please hit subscribe, like, and share this video. I'm actually going to try to edit out, especially the first part where I'm adjusting lights. But thank you for joining me. And for those of you that are watching this later, thank you. This might sound weird, but here goes. I am praying that all of you who are watching this video now and later, anytime at all, I am praying that you have phenomenal karma, good wishes, your desires met as far as your dreams, your goals. I'm praying that that is bestowed upon you while watching this. And after you watch this, if you take a nap, tune into your dreams and see what they say to you. So, greetings, my dear divine light workers. Thank you for joining me again. I'm Janie Daly. I am your psychic life coach. I deliver God's messages and messages from people on the other side, your divine family. Remember, your divine family, okay? That's God, that's Jesus, it's angels and saints, it's your deceased loved ones, and that's people and pets. So instead of going into each, because I'll tell you, we have a lot of people and beings watching over us. So it's easier to just say my divine family. So, and again, I asked for subscribers. I really want this to go because I'm actually working on something else. I was actually thinking about working on like a coaching situation where I would go into your home and see, because you guys, sometimes you can live in like an apartment, let's say, and it can be too dark. And if you are somebody that's a number 2 person, you need sunlight. And we all need sunlight, okay? But with certain numbers, you have to have sunlight. If you don't, then you are prone to depression. So you want to do things to help yourself. Like find out what your numbers are. And I'm going to do like ads for that this week too. That you can purchase something small that'll tell you what your number is. All I need is your birth date. I don't need where you were born. I don't need any time. I don't need that. I just need your birth date, because knowing who you are is huge to what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. What I want everybody to believe: do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. That's good. If what you want to do, like what I want to do, okay? I love doing this. I love my work. I love it with a passion. I look forward to it. I mean, come on, you guys, you gotta admit, I have like the best boss in the world. And I do, I mean, it's kind of like bossy and everything, but he's a really good boss. God is my boss. And, it's nice because you can have your own boss. You have your own belief system. I encourage everyone to have a belief system now. That's because we are spiritual warfare. I'm sorry, but there's good and bad in everything. So you want to protect yourself. But when I go back to your number, if you're number 3 people, a lot of 3 people are in the entertainment industry. They like to play music. I'm just saying, you have traits about you. Find out who they are. Find out what these traits are. And then focus on your gifts. Focus on your gifts. It's huge. Because tonight, I want you to focus on what truly makes you happy. And come on, and be within reason. If you have a family, you might not be able to start something that you really want to do until your kids are older. But that's okay too. Always love what you're doing. Never go to a job. Look, some people can function. Very few can function in a job that they can't stand without being sick. Very few. So don't do that to yourself. If you are not happy, you get sick. And then everybody is not happy when you're not happy, It just floors me too when I will hear people saying that, they hate their jobs. I hate it. I make decent money, but I hate it. Not good enough then. You don't stay somewhere just for the money. There's ways of making money, always. You just have to be a little creative. And you have to stand your ground, not be like somebody that we know who is always like, oh, I'll just do it for nothing. But that's because I love people. And it is so. Get yourself a good business manager if you're like that. But on a serious note, though, I know people that are be like, wow, you know what, though? I'm just going to leave my marriage. Why? Is my question. Why? Because intuitively, I can see your marriage. And intuitively, I'm like, yeah, he or she's got some bumps and bruises along the way, but overall, he or she loves you. Truly loves you and would give their life for you. Then people actually believe that it's easier to leave a marriage than it is a job. No, absolutely no. So I want you to think about tonight before going to bed and then, ask God, please let me see what it is, where my passion is. And show me how I can go about living this passion. I loved nursing. I really loved nursing. But it got to the point I didn't like going to the job. And, and of course, it's never the patients. The patients were phenomenal. And some of my coworkers, unbelievable, wonderful. And, sometimes with some coworkers, I just think about them and it makes me laugh because we would have fun. But, people that are mean. And you guys, I'm working in a job, okay? Because I am mouthy. So that gets me in trouble. I admit to that. I'm a little mouthy. But because I feel I'm a nurse, you're short-staffed, but you want me to take a 30-minute dinner break, which I would love to do, don't get me wrong, but there's nobody here to cover. So who's going to take care of my patients while I'm traipsing down to the dining room? So, and I don't want to leave like that. Oh, but I have to, because if I don't take my dinner break, I'm not allowed to put that I didn't take it. I have to, and I've never done this. I have a dear friend, Natasha. I love you to pieces. One of the best nurses that you'll ever meet. Oh, there she goes. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm going to go down and punch out. Oh, you going to take a dinner break? No, we're short-staffed, but I'll get written up. Really? Write me up. My thing is write me up. I'll let you use my pen. And that's again, I probably have a difficult time because I do have an attitude. But it doesn't make sense, you guys. And this is like the medical world, where we can do our best and we love our patients. But the nurses are treated terribly. So no, I didn't like my job anymore. I didn't like it anymore. I mean, it's not right. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And that says, but you're doing it based on the State Department? Really? Okay. Like these people have no clue. And yeah, some people that running nursing homes don't have a clue. I feel that when you are going to monitor those kind of corporations, you need to have some medical experience so you know what's going on. But that's just me. I'm not going to get into that. But you guys get my point there, right? So I got away from the nursing. I got away from it. And I'm going into, well, I kind of was told that going back into this field that I am in now, I heard there was going to be a lot of changes, and there is a lot of changes. I see a lot more things. I have my communication with God is so good. And like I told you guys, I kind of came out because my relationship with God was always my personal relationship with God. Like obviously I've had it since I was very little, obviously. And I can say too, like I'm going to get like tearful, that God was like my very best friend, you know what I mean? He always had my back. And, but now you're not allowed to talk like that sometimes, because if you do, people look at you like you're like this crazy fanatic. And then I go with the questions. People are going, are you saved? Saved from what? See, that's what I mean. Then I get into a whole nother problem. What happened to keep it simple? But anyway, so with this job, it is nice and I love it and I help people, and I see miracles happen. You guys, I see miracles with this. I will be shown things and then I'm shown like how to handle it. I say that to the client, and I can tell you the clients who listen have success. I actually want to get one lady on because she followed the instructions. Oh, I knew her before she had her son, who's now 18. She followed every instruction to a T. She wasn't happy. She wasn't happy about it, but her faith is very strong too. So God has reasons. Sometimes you have to be like, just because, like what you do with your kids, and the kids are like, why'd you say, why do I have to do that? And you say, because I said so. God will give you answers. God will tell you, show you. And she knew that. She knew that. So she followed the plan. She ended up, her life completely turned around. She was with a relationship with some guy who was like, oh man, just leave that. You got to go. You have to go. Because that's the other thing too, ladies and guys. It's wonderful to be in love and to give someone your heart. But I am getting a relationship thing together, and I'm actually thinking about doing one night in particular. It's just going to be relationship talk. I've been proposed to about 21 times in my life. And I can tell you it's not because I'm like, oh, let me make you dinner. No. You have to love yourself first. You have to respect yourself first. Then you respect others. I meet a lot of people who, they don't like when a mate does something to them. And I'm like, well, why are you not saying something? Well, I do, but they don't listen. Well, then you make another stance, And then, I don't know, there's so many things. I'm calling it bitch lessons. I mean, because that's really sad, because I got to be firm. That makes me a bitch. So if it makes me a bitch, so be it. But anyway, so going to what it is you want to do. This, again, it's for somebody, and I was told to do this one tonight. So apparently there are people who need to hear this. Do what it is you feel good doing. Do what it is. If you're going to make a difference, do it. And don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid. The only thing you have to worry about with other people, you don't have to worry about one thing. Are you being kind to others? Are you hurting somebody by doing what you're doing? If you answer yes to that, then of course not. Don't do anything. Do stuff that makes you proud, that makes you come to life inside. And when you're doing what it is you really love to do, the money flows too. The money flows right along with it. Seriously. I'm just like saying, try it. Try it. Use your gifts. As I told all of you, everybody watching this has a strong sixth sense. You're light workers. You've come here to help as many people as you possibly can, but you're very intuitive. All of you, people that are here and people that will be listening to this later, you're all intuitive. It's gifts. Include that as part of your gifts. Okay. And include that as part of your gifts. Because you're using your intuition. Again, it's your sixth sense. It's your cell phone to God. It's your cell phone to Archangel Michael. It's your cell phone to your divine family. You need help, you get immediate help. Immediate. I mean, even if, come on. As a little kid, I remember St. Francis, lost and found. Please bring whatever's lost around. Worked. It works. But anyway, so yes. And we're going to talk about, because I'm going to pull a card. Because I did want to talk about these cards, because I noticed there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, again, I mean, not being nice, and I want setting it. But I don't understand. 5 senses are God's gifts, but the 6th sense is the devil. You guys, I still can't figure it out. I still can't figure it out. They said, I told you, in the very early days, people were getting out of control. And there are people, they do bad things. They do bad things with the 5 senses they have. So yeah, of course, they're going to do bad things with their 6th sense. But that's what? Come on. That's, anyway, no. Your 6th sense is a special gift to you from God. So this is God's thing too. Here's the other thing. I'm like totally going in. The biggest thing again, find something that you want to do. Again, if it's hurting others, no. If it's being kind, yes. And I always think about, you know what? My divine family are going to be smiling with me. So your divine family, if it's going to make them proud of you, definitely do it. Definitely. Okay, so these, my dears, are Archangel cards from Doreen Virtue. And so a lot of people out there are saying that, oh, this is witchcraft. Okay, so let's pretend. Okay, witchcraft. I think I remember being told witchcraft wasn't good. Just, this isn't the card I'm choosing for you all. But this one, interesting. It's the Courage card. So this comes out, and this is one of your cards, because it talks about Archangel Ariel is saying, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You can do that as you are deciding what it is you want to do with your life. But that's nice. It doesn't say go do something bad tonight at midnight. No. Okay. So, okay. And yeah, I'm supposed to give you guys a little talk about children. So with children, okay. All right. With children, look at your life. Your most formative years were up to the age 7. I believe they said up to 8. are your formative years. I was very blessed. I had a phenomenal mom. Phenomenal. She taught me to love animals. She taught me to be kind to others. I was born in the days when there was racial riots, but my little best friend lived across the street and, she was African American. So, she sat us down because we had questions and she answered our questions with love, and to be taught patience with kids. Please do that for your kids, your grandchildren, your children. Please don't let them stay on electronics. I mean, there's always the new things, the new ages, but sometimes the old days are pretty darn good. And, not to mention, so I'm coming back from the store the other day and I see this young lady in front of me with her mom. And there's her cell phone, where everybody carries it in their back pocket. It's not safe there. And ladies, I've seen some of you sticking it in your bra. No, 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 no. Read the settings. I know my iPhone talks about radiation. Don't put that on your body. And the same with, I don't even know about like the iPhone watches. I don't. I was offered one when they first came out. And again, my spidey senses were like, zzz, and I never have worn one. And I'm never planning on it. But you also want to keep these kids safe. But also sit down, read a book. Teach kids how to read books. I mean, granted, I probably could have used some help in learning electronics, obviously. And that is good. Kids do need to learn updated things, obviously. But spend the time. Spend the time with the kids. It's not about expensive clothes and this and that. It's not about that. It's about being kind. Like on holidays, you guys, when I was working as a nurse, there are people who they didn't have family. They had no one come to visit them. No one. So you can actually contact a place. This is what I did with my kids when they were little. We went to what's Francis Scott Key? I think it was Francis Scott Key on Eastern Avenue. I called ahead and I said my children and I would like to bring gifts for those people who don't have family. So they gave us a list of names and like their ages and stuff and things that they like. We bought gifts, we wrapped them. And there was one lady, I will never forget her. She must have been like 98, a little African American lady. Oh my gosh. You would have thought that we gave her $1 billion. And then, of course, we sat down and spent time. But teach your kids that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is key. And kindness to animals. You have to remember that one too. Okay. And so again, do what you got to do and what you want to do. Feel good about yourself. When you feel good, everybody feels good. Okay. If you're not certain, have a session with me. Trust me, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you anything but the truth. And my sessions are filled with love because you're loved. You are loved. I mean, you might have done things that are bad and who hasn't? But you're not judged. You're definitely not going to be judged by me. I mean, I'm a vault. I hear people's biggest secrets. I mean, if it's any comfort, I don't remember our sessions anyway. It sounds bad. And it's not that I'm old or anything, because I couldn't do this when 30 years ago when I started. But it's God's way for you to feel comfortable with me. Now, as we get through your session, and if we did have previous sessions, then all of a sudden, like towards the end, then. But I feel also that it's taken away. So when I talk to you, I don't have any information. I'm literally starting from scratch. So if you're wondering, like, why is she asking me that? I told her last session I don't have recall. Um, and you're very important. And maybe because you are so important that God says you need a clean slate. Okay, so I do definitely want to do the courage card, but there's two cards for you guys. Okay. And again, these are angel cards and with the intention. The intention is God's behind these cards, your divine family's behind these cards. Okay. That's huge intention. So again, remember the courage. And this I just like kind of picked up and I was just going to use it as an example. But according to the other side, this is one of the cards. We're doing 3. The next one is okay, overcoming difficulties. This talks about the worst. The worst is behind you. Okay. You will see too, this is Archangel Jeremiel. The worst is now behind you, and you are you're climbing over any previous challenges. So remember, there's always a beautiful rainbow after a storm. Always. So you do get to the rainbow. And this is saying that a lot of the stuff that has not been working, it's going away now. Okay. There's nothing wrong with doing these cards. There's nothing wrong. Not everybody can hear the way that I do. I've been doing this my whole life. So I would say I'm a professional. I mean, I hear things, I see things, I can do remote viewing. Again, I've been doing this my whole life. And I've had the best teachers from the other side because I was raised Catholic. And my grandmother used to tell me that I was the devil's daughter. So I didn't have really that upbringing in that respect. But the other side always had my back and they raised me well. And my mother was part of that too. But the next card talks about outdoors. Go outside. Go outside. Go outside, get some fresh air, connect with nature to relieve stress and to gain new creative ideas. Go outside. You can't, sometimes you have to turn off the TV, turn off all the noise. Just go outside and listen to nature. Yeah, because you guys, it was always funny. I've always walked in the woods, no matter what time of the day or night. As a little kid, I remember somebody saying to me, it was an adult saying to me, "You sure you want to walk through these woods?" And I looked like, "Yeah, of course. I love these woods." And a little kid, I looked at the trees as every tree was alive. And I felt safe. I always felt safe because I would feel like if somebody would come in, I could stay by a tree and it's like the tree would like kind of hug me and keep me shielded. So yeah, but from a little kid, it's just, yeah. And I still believe that, but of course, I also know that we need to practice common sense and safety. We get that. But anyway, so this card is talking about courage. Have the courage. Do what it is you want to do. There's a lot of you that are listening to this now that should be starting ready to write some books. And there's 2 people actually that are listening to this who could write like the little storybooks. One of them is for kids, and the other one, and this is going to go into where the child is a child, which grows into a teen and then goes into adulthood. Yeah. It's in you. Pay attention. Oh, wait a minute. This coffee is pretty good. Cold coffee. Ooh. Okay. And then overcoming difficulties. Things are getting better. They are. New beginnings. Fall. Fall is the best time because fall, it's like all of this is ending and new beginnings are starting. And outdoors, enjoy the fall weather. Go outside. Go outside. Breathe in the air. You know, just be happy. I know there's a lot of sad things, but you're beautiful. You're like so beautiful. You guys, I'm like really serious about it. I really wish that you all could see what I see. All of you are beautiful. Sadly, you look in the mirror and it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, and it's like, no, you're beautiful. And the thing of it is, when you sometimes see, others don't. So you're the hardest one on yourself, and you guys, and we're all going to age. I don't mind aging. I don't mind. As long as I remain insane and have fun. You must be insane. You must have fun. But anyway, get involved. That'll be my last lesson of this. Wait, first, procrastination. Procrastination happens for a reason. Sometimes it's not meant to be done. And if you notice when you don't get something done, it's like, I'm a procrastinator. I always put things off that shouldn't be, blah, 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 blah. But no, a lot of times you find that you weren't supposed to do it then. And you get it done when it's supposed to be done. So that's another thing. Don't beat yourself up over procrastination. But I am getting like, though, if you have stuff, you guys, if you have stuff and it's all cluttered up, this is when I'm taking my own advice now because they're showing me this. Yeah, because I'm like, oh no, I want to go through everything. I want to go through it because I don't want to throw good things away. You know what? It's been sitting in that room for like 8 years now. 8 years. And I haven't needed it. I don't think but you know how that goes. As soon as you get out, you get it out. I could have used that. That's the way it always works. But you know what? That's fine. So yeah, with stuff, you guys, if it's getting junky, move it. Get it out. So I will share this. Lower level entities, they love trash. No, I shouldn't say trash. Sorry, that's it. They love clutter. So they like it when things are dirty. They like it when you have too much stuff in your house. You guys, if you have like tons of stuff in your house, like 50 billion pictures on your wall, you will find when a house is like that, you go in and you can't breathe. You literally, as a very psychic person, you can't breathe. And remember too, all of you now are living a new psychic beginning because you're finding, yeah, you're psychic. You are. I mean, I wish there was like another word for it, but now I'm sure we'll think of it. But for right now, you're gifted. You're gifted. And it's a nice, beautiful trait to have. And some people are like, oh no, then I got to worry about the ghost. You have to worry about ghost anyway. And you're in charge. When you accept your sixth sense, all of your senses, you're in charge. You're in charge. Remember, I'm the person that you call. I'll help you with yours. I will help you with yours, and we will get it shiny and working and no kinks, tell you how to clean it, get it, the whole bit. Because sometimes it's even like little things that you don't know that are easy. But yeah, anyway, so clutter is not good. Clutter is so not good. No. Because there are entities. There's entities sometimes that come in with furniture. You buy something old, here comes a spirit that goes with it. There's definitely something in that old dresser of mine because that one night that it was storming, literally, I was in front of the kitchen door. Ellie was sitting in front of the sofa and a blue light, this long, thin, it just blue light, really thin and long. When it started, it came in through my front door, came in front of Ellie, came over this way, went around. and it went over to this old whatever. It's an old dresser. I don't even know where I got it from. I don't even know where I got it, but it went over to that dresser, and it like, and that was the first time that it turned up and down. So here it was, that blue light up and down, and it went up to the top of the dresser and down to the bottom of the dresser, up and down. And then it went on the side, and it went in front of my desk, in front of me, and in front of the TV, and out the door. Yeah. So people will be like, doesn't that scare you? No, I find it very fascinating. But anyway, so, and okay, ask questions of people. People do like to talk about themselves. Listen, laugh, be silly. You might get thrown out of places, whatever, but don't forget. Just have fun. So, everyone, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. I got the fog in the corner. Oh, really? This way or the other way? That way? Between the mirror and the picture. Oh, behind me? I know, it's funny because I always tell them you're more than invited. You're invited to come in, you know? I always look to yeah. I also look sometimes to see is somebody gonna because they say that mirrors are portals. So just don't be afraid of it though. Please. You're not afraid of your eyeballs. And you're not always gonna see the nicest things with your eyes. But you're not going to go around, oh, I'm never going to use my eyesight again. That's ludicrous. So please, you guys, if something doesn't make sense, don't pay attention. And if somebody wants to tell you, oh, that's what I meant to tell you too, really quick. Because the other thing too, to have your divine family, they ask you for respect. They ask you for respect. Because everybody should be giving respect, kindness, love. That's it. God's not going to tell you not to wear makeup. That's weird. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of anyone by saying that. I just think when you have so much stuff to do, the last thing is I'm going to tell you, well, I don't want you wearing makeup. I mean, unless of course, if you're going to really dress it up and you have to go into a nursing home or something. I don't know. I think it's fun though, because some people will wear fun makeup. That's fun. But anyway. So, did you guys have any questions for me? Thank you guys for coming to the lives. I really appreciate all of you. I really, really do. And for those of you that are listening later, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions that you want me, if you have any questions or any topics that you want covered, or you could send me stories, because, oh my gosh, I have so many ghost stories, a lot of good ghost stories. They're really good. And I'm still looking, if anybody knows of, I would love to be able to get a group. I think I'm probably going to have to get the group together first, because I don't think everybody's going to be, cut out for haunted things. And I'm going to tell you too, I'm going to vet everybody who ask, because there's some people I wouldn't. No. And it's only because, it's like letting somebody fly a plane. If they don't have good eyesight, I'm not going to be, hey, it's a new skill. Let's do it. No. If it's not going to be good for somebody, then we don't do. We practice safety all the time. But on that note, I love you guys so, so much. And I thank you so much for listening. And have a good night. Yeah, I know. Everybody sleep well. This is really good sleeping weather. All right. Love you guys.